What is going on, everybody? Anthony here, Sixscalemafia, man. We are on our second episode. What is going on, everybody? Anthony. And I think it's kind of untitled, kind of not. I think we had some mic issues there, but we're all set up, man, for episode 2, man. Being space is a silent killer, my friends, of our collecting hobby, man. So we wanted to talk about that and kind of like what we all do to combat that from time to time, because that does come up often. We got Hector here as well. What's up, my man?
What is going on, y'all?
Mario as well.
What's happening?
Yeah, man. Long time no see. CT as well. What? You said it's been a minute, or wait a minute?
It says it's been a minute.
Oh, it has been a minute. CT, yeah, of course. What's up, my man?
Yeah. USA right. Gold.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Gold, man. And dude, Dangerous Doug, my man, coming live from an undisclosed bunker. Member of the community, of course, man.
Over in the Baja.
Thanks for coming. You have a unique perspective that we'll talk about, here today with everybody. But let me say hi to some people in the chat really quick, and then we're gonna get into it, man. We got Forrest up in here. What's up, dude? How you doing, man? Maniac, what's up, brother? How you doing? Let's see who else. Charlie the Unicorn. I'm drowning in Mafia live shows. Hell yeah, man. Appreciate you coming through, man. Jason as well. What's up, man? Ready for the show? Hell yeah, dude. We got Darth Dresden here as well. What is up, my friend? Blur Dad, what's good, dude? What's up, everyone? What up as well, man? TGD, man. What's up, peeps, man? Always, dude. Philly as well, dude. Sunday stream. What? Yeah, this is the second one. I'm gonna be doing this hopefully every Sunday, man. So Pedro as well. What's up, my friend? How you doing, dude? So we got in here. DK, what's up, man? What's up? Diablo Fett, what's up, man? See, I can never catch. You can never catch, man, because of the time. So hell yeah, man. Hello, Mafia family, dude. Nightmare as well. What is up, my man? How you doing, bro? Let's see what else we got up in here, man. 16 Delight as well. Hey, everyone. I know there's some more coming in, man, but I appreciate you guys coming in. But yeah, dudes, like, kind of a thing to talk about, man, right? I mean, I just wanted to, I think every collector eventually runs into this, right? And it does kind of sneak up on us. And look, I know money's a big deal, right? That's like, usually that's my like number one problem in this hobby, right? Because things just keep coming at us and you just got to keep dumping money. But honestly, though, I think the real issue is space, guys. I mean, it's like sometimes I can't even be like I'll think about it and be like, okay, obviously, can I afford this figure, right? But then we figure it out. More often not, I'm like, where the hell am I even going to put the figure? You know what I'm saying? Like it gets to that point sometimes, and I think a lot of us kind of hit that wall at some point or another, right? I mean, in some cases sooner than later, but I figured that'd be kind of cool to kind of talk about, I mean, going from maybe having like one display case to all of a sudden a ton of display cases, to whether they're DTOFs or something small or bookshelves or whatever you have laying around. And then it goes into garage racks or Moji cases or Brotards. I mean, right. So, just food for thought, another kind of, thing like that. So, well, Chris, dude, everybody here, man. It's cool to have you coming on, dude. You're in an interesting place right now.
Yeah, I'm actually in a climate-controlled 20-foot by 30-foot storage unit. I have my entire collection out of boxes, on shelves, displayed. And even though I technically would have infinite space and more space than most people would have, it's not enough. I'm struggling with space. I remember years ago, CT warning me that space was going to become a factor because I was just in consumption mode, just gobbling up everything that I could. I'm sitting around 400 figures now, and now I see exactly what he's talking about. Even with the amount of space I have, it's not all going to fit, and it's not going to fit and look good. So, you know, I've been throwing things away, selling things for dirt cheap, because more than money, I need the space. So that's been my main focus, is trying to curate and figure out, because, you know, everything is cool, but is it cool enough to take up space in your display? So only the things that have real sentimental value are the things that will stay, and anything that doesn't, I'm going to let it go.
It's a lot, dude. So yeah, Charlie, yeah, for over 400 figures. I mean, well, yeah, you really went in on this. And I mean, was there a decision for you in that sense to be like, you know what, if I'm gonna collect and I'm gonna display it, I'd rather be in, is it a preference to to hang out in a storage, or is it a necessity, or, you know, like the conclusion?
So I'm in California. Housing is very expensive. You know, a 2-3 bedroom house goes for $800,000. Anytime my wife and I have been able to find a property we like, we get outbid. And you guys know my stuff sat in its boxes for years. And I was just thinking one day, you know, I could get hit by a car tomorrow and that's it. And I didn't even get to enjoy my collection. So I figured I might as well enjoy it. I mean, it's not in the idea area that I want it to be in, but it's still pretty cool, you know, and I do get enjoyment out of it still. Whenever I want to come here, it's close to the house. I can just stop by.
And then he might have cut out.
Am I in the Matrix?
Yeah,
there you go.
But now you sound better. So it's close to your house, so you can just come on by.
Yeah, I can stop by whenever I want. You know, it doesn't take up space in the house or annoy my family or my wife. It's really, I don't really show off my collection much. It's very personal to me. I enjoy it. So it's kind of nice to have my own little cave or fortress of solitude to come to when I just need to unwind for a little bit, get a couple minutes. And then the other thing is, having it out of the boxes, I'm able to accurately kind of see what I have and how space is going to work when I do move into a forever home. So this has been kind of nice to figure out, like, yeah, I do have too much. And this isn't even all of it. There's way more. But a lot of these figures are going to start going away at some point.
So what do you do with like all your boxes and everything? Do you throw everything away, or do you have like another storage room right next door?
Oh no, they're all gone. I threw all the boxes away.
Oh wow.
Boxes are more space killers than than figures are. So
yeah,
he ain't wrong, man. I mean, Chris, you know, I saw Musashi in the chat as well. Bro, man, your box throwaway video still haunts me. I'll be doing that soon, but I know it's only buying me time. Restructuring collecting goals is in my future, and that's the thing, man. I throw them away, bro.
I always feel like older hot toys are kind of like a Schrodinger's cat situation. If it's new in box, it's never been opened, you don't know what you're going to get. You could get peeled pleather, a broken hip, missing part. I would rather have something open box where I can see that it's not damaged, the ankles are good, the leather is good, rather than something that's never been open and I don't have any clue what I'm getting. So I know a lot of people put value in the boxes and the shippers for resale value, but me personally, as a collector, I prefer to just see it in hand and know that I'm buying something that, you know, fits my needs.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, man, because it could get like a little daunting, man. Christoph the White, though, what's up, man? AKA Jedi Chris, AKA Vengeance Chris. What's up, man? Brothers? I bought myself a birthday gift today, and the figure, it rhymes with Christoph the Gray. That's funny. Is it today?
Oh my!
I thought it was 3 days from now.
I forgot your date. Let me know. I don't want to just premature happy birthday. Nobody likes that.
Facebook said his birthday's 3 days. So
is it? Okay. All right. Well, then in 3 days from now, we will talk about it. SJC 360, like Mario, I rotate every 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh God, bro, I am done with that.
And
that
I think he might be done.
Ass, dude.
Yeah, but I mean, we all deal with that, right? I mean, like, and I'll ask you guys in the chat as well. But I mean, do most? I would say probably not. But I think maybe is there a ratio at all of figures that are on display versus figures that are in storage for any of you like CT? Like, do you have anything kind of tucked away, or is it just like it's all out there? If I can fit it, it's out.
I have I have a couple that have doubles on that I haven't opened. So I mean, altogether, there's probably 5 boxes. So not much. There's probably like 5 boxes that are unopened. You know, but other than that, everything gets open and everything gets put out. Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm assuming that's the same with you, Hector.
Yeah, man. You know, these things are not meant to stay in boxes. So, you know, we're talking about space. I am running out of space. This wall is all I'm allowing myself. I do have a shed outside, a climate controlled shed. I originally was going to go in there. But I
thought that's it was gonna thing, but no.
The thing is, I'd be spending all my time out there, not in the house. So that would have been like, you know, I'd rather just be in the house where, you know, I'm like accessible to people who need me. I could do both. Do both. But see, then that's another expense because then I gotta have that AC unit out there all the time and stuff like that. And but if it ever gets to that point, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I try to get everything out of the box. There's the shelf, this wooden shelf here. You can't really see. Like it's crammed with stuff I hate it. So I need to get a couple more of these Brotards. And I have another shelf over here with masks, and like in a section, it's just kind of figures are laying down and stuff like that. So I'm trying to get that situated. And you know, it's getting to a point. It's like, okay, do I kind of just stop and really think about what I should pre-order? And, you know, do I let things that I want slide because I don't have any room for it? It's getting to that point. So
no, I'm with you, man. Johnny Chronicles, man. Afternoon, all. Anyone here have rented storage space for figures and other stuff like me? Well, yeah, Dangerous Doug is actually well, you Tim, but he takes it to the next level, right? Because you're all on displays there right now. But Mario, I know that to be false for you. I mean, you definitely have figures.
Yeah, I have. At least half of my collection is boxed up in storage right now, man. Just because I've never really built out enough space, like ever. I mean, for the longest time, dude. In my previous apartment, I was before I got the Moji cases, I was rocking 3 DTOFs and probably like at least a minimum of 100 some figures in the collection, dude. So I would rotate like every few months, you know, just to keep it looking fresh. But that shit gets so old, man, especially when you have like a big ass collection. Because for me, I'm putting everything back in the box and then pulling, you know, going back, making trips back and forth to the storage unit, which for me was never really far. You know, I mean, just like Chris is like right down the street, you know, like you got to be minimum 5 minutes away and shit. But it's just a pain in the ass, man. Loading, unloading, packing, repacking, unpacking and shit. And it's just a bitch, dude.
And you keep all the boxes too.
And I keep all the boxes. Yeah, because for me, I'm always ready to sell if I need to. That's why I hold on to everything, you know. I hold on to the plastics and all that shit too, man. So I try to repack it as new as possible. Right now, my current living space, I do have a little bit more space behind me.
Yeah.
I do have a couple garage racks right now, but I do not like the aesthetics. I don't like it at all, man. So I got some Moji cases coming in, you know, hopefully within the next couple months, and to fill that space. And that's basically just going to be like a TV display, right? The collection is going to be built around the TV and shit, you know. So that's where I want to keep a lot of movie icons and some statues and a couple prop replicas too if I have it, you know what I mean? So just kind of keep it something like that. But yeah, man, like what Chris is doing right now, dude, I mean, it's an interesting idea. And it makes sense because I don't like to have my shit in my living space like this. I want to have like a dedicated room where I can go and just chill in there, and that's just my dedicated space for my collection. I don't want it like in my living room or in the kitchen or in the bathroom or in the bedroom or shit like that. That bothers me to death, man. I mean, I've accepted this for right now because it's just temporary, but I don't know.
Well, yeah, we literally live within our means of like where we are, right? I mean, like, exactly. I think if we all could, we would. I mean, like CT, you're similar in that sense, right? You kind of keep it all for the most part separate. I mean, you have the luxury of having a basement, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so I'm a homeowner. I have a garage, which is not attached to the house. It's like a standalone garage. So I'm utilizing an attic in my house, which is semi finished. So it's just not like insulation, and 2x4s. There's like decking, and I can go up there. There's a drop down stairwell that drops down, so I can go ahead and get stuff up there. So I use an attic, I use a garage, and I use my basement, which I'm in now.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good setup too down there.
Yeah, and there's more that you can't see, obviously, and I have comic books too, among other things. But like a lot of my boxes that I'll keep are in the attic.
Okay. So not everything though, right? Because you've burned them a lot. I've seen, right? You've gotten rid of boxes.
Yeah. So like a lot of these clones, I buy doubles of a lot of the clones, a lot of the droids, stuff like that. So those boxes, and they're big, they do take up a lot of space. So what I'll do is I'll save one in box. Like I'll save one, and that'll go in the attic. And sometimes I'll save there. I'll even use them for display. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm using them to hide my comic books, basically.
I gotta build a wall.
I've got figures on them here. I'll show you that real quick.
Yeah. Let's see if we can. Oh, look at that! Like this stuff people don't see.
Yeah. So boom, there you go. That's all comic books, as you say. Bro. This is a 6-foot garage rack, running through the center of the basement. And all this is comic books. That's, the whole X-Men collection. So every X title, X Force, X everything, it's all there.
They're all in just like
to hide that
on there.
Yeah, I've got it covered in moving blankets, right? And even if I light this up, even within here, there's all the Jedi stuff.
Oh yeah, like the smaller ships and stuff there.
Those are all Jedi starfighters, and they're jammed in there. But I'll have figures, just right now until I figure out what I'm going to do with them, which is get rid of the comic books, do another display. There's more space further down around the basement to put up more displays. So it's always a work in progress.
Yeah, no doubt. But that's cool though, because that's what a lot of us do with wherever we're at. We try to be, for the most part, I think, right? A lot of us, and you guys in the chat, like just try to be creative with the space, right? Because that's the other thing. You're like, well, if I run out, I don't want to hoard too much. How can I make it look good too?
So I'm like, I consider this storage, because a lot of these figures are just, I put them in there in museum poses, and just get everything I can in here. Upstairs in the den, that's in the living space, So anything up there, I want it to look a little bit better. That's when, when people say less is more in displaying.
Yeah.
Displaying figures. Yes. Less is more. Right? But when you're collecting, you got to put it somewhere, So fortunately, I have the best of all worlds. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying I'm able to go ahead, bring things into my basement, get it out, display it, and the things that I love get to go up into the living area,
right? With like more room to breathe, just like that less area, like for that.
And the den is where I'm going to watch movies and different movies. So like Arnold, the Xenomorphs, RoboCop, that type of stuff. Yeah, that type of stuff will move up into that area. No,
that makes sense. That's what I wanted to do in my living room. The problem is I'm too at this point with a lot of you guys. Like my living room is pretty messed up right now. It's not even, I don't have it ready. And I wanted to kind of do that as well. Like out there, I wanted to have like, you know, the couches and everything, the big TV and just have a few kind of choice pieces out there, maybe a vehicle, you know, nothing too crazy. And then in here's where I would like really pack them in, so to speak. You know what I mean? Because that's what we sometimes have to do, man. So
it's a balance, you know. I share, you know, my living space with my son, and he's 20. And so that's not really a problem because he also collects and reads comics and stuff like that. Not nearly to this extent at all. But I don't want to invade his space with what I do, you know, even though he's a kid, even though I know he'd probably love it and everything like that. And I still want people to come to my home and enjoy the living space instead of being like, what's going on here? This looks like this is
people
out of
come in
control.
my place and they're like, oh my God, what's going on out here? Like,
but on the other hand, I also don't want to hide it. So when like, if someone goes down my basement, they're like, oh my God. You know?
Right. So you kind of,
it's like that Danny
tease them a little bit, right? Yeah, you tease them a little bit, and then when they come down, they're not so fucking. What the hell is this?
Exactly. You like the '66 Batmobile. You know that's a good one. Like, whoa, that's really cool. You're like, oh, you think that's cool, or you know, what they're like, oh, that's pretty good.
Why do I take you down in the basement?
Thank God you don't have those dolls though.
Right.
Yeah. Just the vehicles.
That's funny, man.
But that's why I love this having like the stuff out, because they're good conversation starters, like for like cable guys or plumbers or whatever. They'll come in, they're like, holy shit, this is awesome. Yeah. You know, they're looking at it. Yeah, it's cool stuff.
By the way, I have no visitors coming over my house anymore. So all this is dreams and stuff that goes on in my head. But I still keep the house like that. To it, my son has visitors too. He's got people moving in and out, and I don't want them to be like, "Man, that's crazy," and you know, your dad's crazy.
The maintenance guy came over here because I had recently moved, and there was a couple things that just weren't really quite finalized once we moved in. You know, like there's your checklist, like when you move in, right? Like, hey, is anything still broke or whatever? And I was like, yeah, there's a couple things. You guys want to come take a look? And they came in, and I mean, he was here for an hour and he wasn't working. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my God. And I was like, oh yeah, we just talked, and it was like crazy.
I was that guy in a former life, right out of high school. I was a cable guy. So throughout Boston. And so I saw people, we would have to do like 20 service calls a day. So that's 20 different homes I would be in per day. So you see people collecting all kinds of things, Coca-Cola, just like, everything you can think of, people, model builders and stuff. And you see it out of hand. You see, when it goes from collecting to hoarding, and that. So I've got that scarred into my head. And I know like where those guardrails are and what to look out for.
Right, like when is enough? Like it's
not letting it get to that. Yeah,
sure.
If you're not enjoying things, let them go.
Yeah, no, I feel you there. Look, I had a couple interesting questions though in the chat, man. What's up, Ben Green, my man? And you have a good fire suppression system throughout the home, along with any early warning signs, right? And in the opposite side, mind's eyes is your basement flood proof, so you got fire and water. Like, are those things you consider?
100%. So if I spun that camera, there's a fire extinguisher right at the bottom of the stairs. As you know, I'm in the basement, so I have my boiler. I have CO2 detectors down here, smoke detectors down here. What else? Humidity detectors, moisture detectors. Bob Dylan sent me a kit. There's sensors on the floor just in case something flooded and moisture hit the
and then
floor.
it'll alert you. Yeah.
Yeah, there's an app that sends it right to So as much as I can, you know, and listen, as much as I can. And what happened to me this year? Do you remember?
I do.
Which
I had a mouse.
instance?
I had a mouse. Remember, you stopped streaming for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks straight. I hadn't been down in the basement. And I literally had a mouse in one of my detolfs. There's a small hole where there should be a light. And I don't have a light anymore. Well, he got down into the detolf, couldn't get out. I would have found him if I was down like one of the times, but he chewed off the boots off 3 figures.
Oh,
You know?
Yeah.
So things happen. As much as I think I'm prepared and stuff. Shit happens, you know. It's just stuff, you know. You got to enjoy what you're doing. I hope, you know, everyone considers that. You know, if it's getting stressful and stuff, man, let some stuff go.
Right, no doubt. Yeah, I know a couple of you guys in the chat are asking too about insurance. I don't right now in that sense, but you know,
Where's Doug?
You should. There you go. You back.
I don't have insurance for the simple fact that everything behind me has absolutely zero value. I'm not in it for a profit. You know, I've seen a lot of people sell figures and come up short after selling fees and shipping. So if all of this were to burn up in a fire, it is what it is. My only insurance that I have is I recognize that there are people that, you know, if something happened to them, they could leave their collection to a loved one or somebody that would enjoy it. But there are a lot of us to where our collections are really a burden to the family. So my insurance is I have a friend who collects, and in our box of, you know, social security cards, birth certificates, insurance policies, there is a note with all of his information. It basically says that he's responsible for selling all my stuff so that my wife doesn't have to deal with it, and then he gets 30%. So that's the only insurance I have on this. If it burns, it burns. But if something happens to me, at least it doesn't, you know, burden my wife.
No, that's not a bad gig at all, man. Dude, I'm just looking at your figures, man. You got them kind of, even then you got them a little packed in there. Those are big cases too, dude.
You wanna see?
Sure.
Of course we want to see.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we're getting a tour of the underground bunker.
Chris, what about as far as like having lights in your storage unit, man? Because I don't have that in mind at all. So do you just put that up yourself, or?
All right, here you go.
All right, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, this is the crazy Marvel shelf. It is packed.
It is,
and this
packed.
is kind of what CT was saying. Like it's, I don't like this. To me, it's messy. I think this above looks a lot better. It's a little more space, but even then, it's a little too crowded.
Yeah.
So,
oh wow.
I'm still trying to figure out the Star Wars stuff.
I see you backstage, buddy. I got you. 1 second.
There's the Terminator stuff. Now, fun story about we were talking about inbox collectors. My mom was friends with somebody's grandma. He was a collector. He lived in his grandma's house. He had this grand plan for his collection and never took anything out of the boxes. And he ended up drowning. I never met the guy.
Oh, wow.
But my mom called me and said, hey, this lady's doing a yard sale. She's got some things that you might be interested in. So this Ed209 was sealed. The battle damage set was sealed. And then there was one of the T1000s that was sealed. I paid $500 and got all 3 boxes. You know, and I think about that. That could be any of us, you know. You have stuff in boxes, you didn't even get to enjoy it, and you're gone. So what was the point of collecting it?
Well, listen, I know that there's someone here who has some sentiment, I'm sure, in regards to this, man. I haven't seen this man in forever.
Oh my.
What's up, Rob?
Oh my.
How's it going?
How is it going, dude? How are you?
You know, crazy. I don't know if did I show this last time? I did get my home light figure. So
you know, you talked to me about it, but I can
now put these two together.
you can. They can go together. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. Am I lagging? Are you lagging?
No,
Four.
I Homelander not
You're
really.
frozen for a
There
bit.
you go.
There we go.
It always
Well,
does that when you first switch. Yep.
is that what happened?
Yeah.
So anyway, home light. I have the 4 so. I've got Butcher. I've got Soldier Boy, Home Light, or Home Starlight, and Homelander. The 4.
Hell yeah.
And I gotta get that Storm. I gotta get that so Storm. I love the so X-Men.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, I'm glad.
Mafia.
I think we lost Chris. He'll be back. Yes, sir.
Uh-oh.
Mafia. I have to do this. Robert.
Yes.
Mr.
What's going on,
Mr.
dude?
Burnett.
How have you been?
Good. I've been better.
Yeah, me too.
I've been better. But I just want to congratulate you on your Super Bowl victory.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I mean, we let you guys win a few or get a few touchdowns, I guess. But yeah, it was a good game. It's a good game. Good.
Get that over with. Moving on.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Oh, that's great, man.
You're very welcome.
I'll see if Chris comes back. I know he's probably having issues there connecting. But dude, Rob, it's interesting. So what we were talking about right now was, space.
The final
frontier. Yeah. So like that ends up being the thing, right? I mean, you and I have had many conversations about this too. And like, what do you like? We were talking about like, do we store a lot of stuff or do we, just collect everything just to collect everything? And then we're like, what the fuck are we doing?
I mean, I have to go. I gotta go back to our boy CT here because it was him. I feel like CT said because he doesn't save his boxes that he gave permission for me to get rid of mine. Because look, I think this is here's my thought. I have some boxes I've kept, some boxes I haven't. I didn't really. I started. The problem is the boxes got so good that it felt bad. Like the Hot Toys DX boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I look at those, I'm like, I can't throw this away. Like the Terminator 2 box, but the only reason to keep a box is if one day you're going to pack it up and sell it. Yeah, that's
or store
really
it, perhaps.
Yeah, or store it. But even if you're going to store it, that means you have to pay more money. Like I was in a storage locker yesterday. A friend of mine, she has a business where she buys estates, and they had this incredible collection of 3 3/4-inch GI Joe figures that were all off the card, but they were all in individual blister boxes with all the accessories.
Wow.
And they're incredible. And then they had this DC line from 2010 with figures I didn't even know they made, like Gem, Son of Saturn, and all these different mail away variants. And she had all these things. And I mean, it really comes down to, like, I look at my whole thing now is seeing how people display their figures. I love seeing people's displays. But if you think about it, if you keep your boxes, you have to display your figures somewhere and store your boxes.
Oh yeah, I threw them all away, bro. You know me. I was like, they're gone. And
dude, you even throw away your NR boxes too, man.
Dude, I threw away my NR box. I even threw away my Exo-6 boxes and my names on them.
That's the thing. I like the Exo-6 boxes. I don't see any reason to keep those. I mean, it's a place to keep accessories, but I like the boxes. Like I like the Star Trek the Motion Picture box and the Cruise box.
Yeah. Some of them I kept like that,
Yeah.
like Savick and.
But I think it's a really great. I mean, it's a great thing because. What is that?
That's the mouse.
Those are the boots.
Is that Krennic's boot?
Director Krennic's boots. By the way, I did get it's right here. This little buckle here, right there.
Did a mouse really do that?
Yes. Yeah.
I have to say that there was something died here in the observatory, a lizard. We have a lot of lizards around here. Normally I don't care because they eat the insects and stuff, but Mr. Lizard died.
Oh no, really?
I can't find him, but
you can't find him. You're just like, there's some corpse rotting in the observatory.
There is, and I can't find it. This little lizard I've been looking for 2 days. But that's the thing. Like we have dogs and stuff. There was a mouse came in the house and went into my subwoofer and chewed up the wires. That really pissed me off.
Yeah. CT traumatized me.
Yeah.
Similar story. Yeah.
That mouse situation is the only reason this is still in the box. Every time I start opening it, I think about what happened to CT.
Dooku, you're like,
his,
fuck it,
and
I'm
his
just-
boots. And
you can get packets. They're like
That's funny.
mint and like that. So if you don't like mouse traps and stuff like that, you can throw that stuff down. It's really effective. But you're gonna keep swapping that out because it's not as potent, it doesn't smell as strong.
Yeah.
But you can do that.
Well, Chris, considering you're in a storage unit, man, don't they already have like repellent like scattered around all over the place?
They do, and my unit's locked up pretty well. Like rodents are an issue where I'm at for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, same here.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw some pretty cool storage lockers where I was last week with my friends. They have a really well organized storage locker with all this shelves, and it's like 10 feet tall.
So look, this is 9 feet right here.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's
No,
wild.
and that garage rack's 9 feet.
Well,
Yeah,
these are the same garage racks that CT has, where you have like a coupling in the middle. I just added a second coupling and then added additional rods to take it up another 36 inches.
Wow.
So
God,
this is 4 shelves. Each shelf is about 27.5 inches tall.
So you're actually standing up. You're not sitting down right now.
I'm standing up right now. This is shelf 3 and shelf 4.
Good
Wow.
Lord.
And
So
then
you need like a
below.
step ladder, dude, for that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's got one. He's ready to go. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Shelf
Oh my
Zilla.
goodness. That is crazy. Well, so on staying on this situation here because of space, and then I ask you guys, and I'll ask you guys in the chat too, but I do have a poll. Let me actually end this poll. I said, do you guys have some figures stored due to space? 69% of you guys do. 31% do not.
Yeah, I
so
mean,
it seems like majority do have a lot in storage.
I mean, I have
Space.
figures but like that, you just told the story before I came on about the guy who died. So he had the sealed Ed209 in the battle.
Yeah.
Ram. I mean, that's the thing. Like I've been looking at all of my the stuff that I have, and if you don't open it, like, what's the point?
You can't take it with you.
No, and I mean, I'm not like, I'll tell you, you know what I got recently that is really cool. I got the Bandai made a Diecast Mach 5 from Speed Racer.
That's the Tamashii Nations one,
Yeah,
right?
the Tamashii Nations one. It is fucking awesome, and it came with its own display case, and it makes me want to go get 5 more, and because I want one with all the different accessories so you can line them up.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful, beautiful piece. And I'm like, I don't want to leave this in this box.
Right.
And
I think you have it too, CT, right?
What's that? I'm sorry.
The Tamashii Nations
Mach
Speed
5.
Racer? Mach 5?
Yep.
How great.
Love it.
It lights up. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, I want to get more just to simply use, but in the display case, it looks great. And like, I also just got the inside editions. Yeah. How cool is that, by the way? Oh,
yeah.
you see, now I've got to do that. You got the you got to put it on the stand, but I kind of wanted to have it on the, on the jumpers too, but it's such a great piece. But how do you not take that out?
Well, if you're out of space, I guess is the thing, right? I mean, I guess what I'm wondering is, do you guys, I'm guessing no, but do you guys set like a term for yourselves where you're like, okay, look, I have this much space, and if something's coming in, then something has to go out? Or like Hector, like you were kind of talking something like that too, right? I mean, there's you don't really want to keep stuff put away. If there's no room for it, I got to make room for it, right?
Exactly. I think the most recent example is the armored Batman. I've managed to pick up a second one, and someone's already claimed my 1.0. I haven't really reached the point where like I need to get rid of something to make some space yet, but it's getting close to that, and I'm gonna have to. Nothing here in these 2 shelves will go away. It'll be the random stuff that's in here that'll make that chopping block. But you know, if I ever reach the point where like something's got to go, then I kind of have to reevaluate life. But yeah, you know, that's why. I mean, that's why I have no issues collecting 2.0s, because the 1.0s were just out the door and new in with the new. But yeah, man.
No, that's fair. I it's hard for me to do that. I have difficulties myself. I do, you know, because I mean, well, go ahead.
I think in the future I'm going to be massively in trouble, because Mars is like, guess what? We're going to come out with like 500 of his Rogue 66 Batman Rogue galleries. Here comes, you know, Eggman and everything.
You'll be fine.
That's true. I do have like 20 years till we get that Vincent Price Egghead, but for sure.
That is true.
Something that's very common within the community is I've noticed is people will trade figures, right? They will give figures away. I mean, Bob gifted me that light cycle, and I gifted
from Tron Legacy, the Tron Legacy light cycle.
Yeah.
I have it. Bob Dylan gave me the Armored Batman 1.0.
Right.
Oh, nice.
And Hector, I passed on Fiore.
Fiora, right there.
Fiora. Right, the Kryptonian. He's the bigger DC collector, right? and I have it, and again, space is always a concern. So do I really need it? And I know he's like, I'm having a tough time. I can't get this. I can't find it. It's like, man, let it go.
Same, right? Yeah, we've all done it. We're
let
like, here, dude.
You've gifted me, and Mafia, you've gifted me stuff. The Boba Fett throne, you know, and stuff. And sometimes you're just like, you know, it's too big. You know, what am I going to do? And yeah, you could sell it, you could make money, but sometimes it's better or nicer
sometimes
or
it's
whatever.
knowing,
to let it go
right?
and go,
There's people we know in the community, in the Discord, and some don't have as much as some that we have. And I look at that sometimes. I'm like, you know what, dude? You love this. You want this here.
Space is more important than money.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I feel the same way.
Bob Dylan sent me an Iron Scavenger. And at that point, I know he gave it to me because he needed the space. But at that point, now I have 2 Iron Scavengers. And then you have Doc in the corner. He's like, well, I don't have an Iron Scavenger. So I gave him one for free because Bob gave me one for free.
Hell yeah.
So,
but go ahead. Sorry, Rob. You were saying something too?
No, I mean, I was just thinking like one of the, like I collect different kinds of things, you know, like not just action figures. And so it's really gotten to the point where like I'm reaching an age when I'm like, I really
you're like 30, bro.
No, I'm not. And but the funny thing about it is like I've always wanted. I've owned Mach 5s throughout the years. Different companies have made 1/18th scale diecast. That Tamashii Nations Mach 5 is the most accurate diecast Mach 5 that's ever been made. Now there's been other Speed Racer toys that I could go get. And I have some, but in my mind, that Mach 5, because it's diecast, is the best one anyone's ever going to make. So that is the one that's worth keeping,
right? Because you're like, okay, this is the ultimate in my eyes. Like I think,
and like somebody said, display it with Racer X's car. You could do that too, but Tamashii Nations hasn't made. There is a diecast Racer X's car that's pretty good, but it's getting to the point where my collection is mutating to the point where it's kind of a collage of things.
Yeah.
Action figures. Yeah. How cool is that, dude? I mean,
the glass top too.
I know. So you've put that stuff like the submerged glass top. So you put them together. See, that's pretty neat. I mean,
because how often do you see that? So
right. And I like how you've mixed and matched, and it made me want to get like 5 different ones for $2,500.
Yeah, it's weighty too, as everything from Tamashii Nation is. It's
they're no doubt.
They've done the space, you know, the Argo from Star Blazer, Space Battleship Yamato. Tamashii Nations or Bandai has done all different. They've done Soul of Chogokin. They've done like 4 different ones now, and it's like, do you need all of them?
There you go.
There you go. Now, which one is that? Is that the first one, or is that the last one they released from 22?
This is the Soul of Chogokin. It's got the remote control, so you can
that's
fire the way
2202 because they've made 4 of those. 4 different
these
ones.
turrets. The turrets rotate. It's got a remote, and you can rotate the individual turrets.
Yeah, those are those are the best. I mean, I love that Bandai stuff.
And it's diecast.
Yeah. But I have like 3 of those, and it's like I don't need other,
Right.
So I'm trying to like pare down things to have a collection of stuff instead of getting everything. If I want to see everything, I'll go watch Justin's collection video, which is insane. And I love it.
And you don't need all of exactly. So
I mean, I would love to have all that stuff, but at the end of the day,
I think a lot of us do, man. I mean, for sure, but we have to kind of live in our space, right? Payne, though, what's good, my man? How you doing, brother? Man, Payne in the house, man. I'm out of space. Thank goodness I stopped doing statues for figures. I'm almost out of room, and I have really wind down what I'm ordering. Also looking to see what is no longer fits and get rid of it. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another big piece, Mafia. I know we're talking about 6 scale, but Robert, myself, there's a lot of people paying that carry like mix scales.
Yeah.
They've got statues.
Mm-hmm.
They've got Tamashii Nation stuff. They got 3 3/4. I've got this huge diorama off to my side of 3 3/4 clone troopers going up the wall, with cables and walkers and everything right off here. So there's a lot of that, going out there. So it's not even just dedicating 6 scale space. There's space for all this other stuff, comic books and movies. People collect, just the DVDs. What do you guys call them?
Yeah.
Metal
books,
books
case?
or something like
Steel books and shit.
Steelbooks.
yeah.
Steelbooks, yeah.
Back to the Future. Steelbook.
Yeah, I mean that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, it's
Like
a whole
on and on. On
Yeah.
and on. It's culture. It's pop culture.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
No, 100%, dude. So, hey, Marcus, what's up, man? 16 Fix, dude, what's good, brother, man? Listening to you guys while I build more Moji cases. Space is running out, though. I still have 2 Moji cases I need to build in the living room. You guys don't even want to see my living room. It is, a mess. You want to see it?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, I mean the mess. But let me ask you guys something.
Yeah.
Like I've only got 1 in-art figure, the first 2-pack of the Joker. That's it. But I want their Lord of the Rings figures. It's
Lord of the Rings, you say?
Cost me a pretty penny. But just because having worked on the special features for Lord of the Rings, I love Lord of the Rings, and you want to get those figures. So if I just had the in-art Lord of the Rings figures or whatever, the Thorin figure that you put up, Mafia, is so beautiful. But I'm like, I probably wouldn't get anything from the Hobbit. I just want the Fellowship. But then I'd be done. Then I don't need any more figures. I don't need Nazgul, even though they're cool. I just want the Fellowship.
Yo, but that Nazgul's dope, man, with the horse.
Dude.
I mean,
but I want to, I feel like I want to
everything.
concentrate on like going in to get the caustic plastic stuff that I haven't been able to do. Like go back and collect certain lines that I never dipped into.
Yeah, well, here's a point with Commander Green. As much as I want that OG Battlestar Galacticas that are coming out, Factory Entertainment, right? One thing holding me back is picking them up is the space. Is that something that because the Barry and Company, they are doing some 6 scale, but they announced their 78 Viper and some of the figures.
Oh, I have to have that.
Right, and 3.75. So I'm like,
I'll get it all and I'll figure it out later. So I'm getting the Viper, the 3 3/4. Yeah.
There you go. So Mario's giving us a mobile tour.
I mean, those are such great figures. Such great figures. Yeah, I got the
I think in the line, the Nazgul was the only swing and a miss. That's just me.
But you have to have it. It's badass, bro. I'm
but if
telling
you get it, you have to have it on a horse.
I saw the 3D printed parts. If they would have included the Witch King parts so that you could modify it to be the Witch King, I would have definitely got it.
Yeah. Well, there are I forgot his name. If Bob's in the chat, he knows. But
the custom pieces.
Yeah, those are really interesting, and I'm interested in seeing one of those. So Pink says, yeah, CT makes a good point. I'm glad I got out of the half scales. Only 1/3 and 1/6 for now. Darth Rez, I ordered the Viper. Hell yeah, man. I mean, that's, that's pretty awesome, dude. Robert Online as well. Still waiting for classic Captain Kirk to come out. Stay tuned.
Yeah. Did any of you buy the life-size figures they had at Home Depot for Star Wars?
Jay did. Brother Cousins got R2.
They got by me, Robert. I wanted that at least the R2. At least just to have an R2 out on Christmas. But
yeah, because I've seen people modify them, paint them. They're pretty cool. Like I wanted to get just one. So you walked into the observatory and there was a stormtrooper standing there.
Yeah.
Those things were dope, man. Like they were pretty cool.
Somebody at some point is going to have the whole collection out in front of their house, and that's going to look cool.
Yeah, or Chewbacca. Yeah. I really wanted the Chewbacca.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this, since we talked about it, Morrow, you brought it up, and as 16 Chris is saying, look, this is bad. This is bad. I did this quickly right before, but like, look at these shelves out here. This is my living room right now. And of course I just moved. So this is a fucking mess and I'm just throwing figures. But everything up top, these are all giant crates, dude, on top. There is shit, the crates here. You'll see crates at the top. This is my living room right now. Crates everywhere up top on these racks, dude. It is insanely, it's a mess. I just because I was unboxing crates. So I was just stacking figures, push. Just get them somewhere until I can take the time to, or like there's no lights. Look, none of the cars are turned on. There's just shit. There's shit everywhere, and it looks
not too bad.
Well, this is one side of the living room. This is not.
You need to choose a different word when you're aiming that at the X06 collection.
No. Those are fucking fantastic. What I'm saying is the way I put everything looks like crap.
At least
it's
they're
just
standing
shoved
up.
in. Most of them. There are some that are just laying down. I mean, I don't have, but again, I just moved. So setting all of this up took time. And then I didn't want to have I had probably 20, 25 crates full of loose figures. And so I was like, okay, these need to start coming out somehow. So I just throwing stuff on the shelves for now. And then, we're going to have to slowly start to, yeah, bro. It's tough, man. It is tough. So
are you
go ahead.
I'm sorry. Are you banking on having your own space for the future of your collection, or are you okay with everything being set up in your living space like that?
I'm not really okay with it. Like we mentioned earlier, like what CT was saying, the living room, I kind of wanted to be selective. A few pieces, maybe vehicle, or maybe just vehicles. I don't know. I certainly don't want that. Yes. You know what I mean? But I have. Where am I going to put it?
No slave Leia. Oh
yeah, it's insane. So I'm kind of like, all right, well, let me think of how I'm going to do this. And yeah, that's the other thing, right? And I have roommates and I have friends come over and stuff like that. And it's like I don't want you to just come into the front door and you're like, oh my god,
right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's slowly introduce them. To whatever's out there, but we have shit, dude.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, if you either bank on something like that for the future, for your own future collection room, or are you like Hector to where you only give yourself a finite amount of space, whatever fits, and whatever's got to go for something else, it's got to go.
Well,
that takes discipline, man. Like beyond.
I was going to say that's discipline. I don't think I have, and I don't think a lot of people have. So I'll start crash, sell it all, get a 9-to-5 house and a wife.
I mean, I don't know if I have that discipline yet. Like I said, I'm almost to that point. But
So what do you do when you're out of space?
Well, what Charlie said earlier about when the Conan comes, if I gotta get rid of shit, that no one is stopping the Sumerian from coming home. So if shit needs to go, shit will need to go for that, for sure.
No doubt, man. No,
well, and that's the figure we've waited for years. I mean, there has never been a Conan figure for anyone who grew up with the movie. That's a must own, especially with the stripes, the painted, and that because that was so iconic. And that figure is so great. Like, who wouldn't want it?
No
well,
doubt.
there's people
No
out there
doubt.
who are like, oh,
Yeah, well, if you didn't grow up with, for me, I
I
saw
love that.
movie.
It's my favorite movie of all time.
Yeah,
it's
that,
my favorite movie of all time.
and when Arrow put out their 4K of the film, I almost cried. It looked so good. It was just insane.
Damn.
Mhm.
I have to somehow get a copy of that and watch it for the first time.
Yeah.
So,
It's so good.
I do throw away. I throw away all my boxes. CT throws away most of his boxes. I think Hector. I mean, like
I don't.
You keep them or you throw them away.
I keep them.
You do keep them. Okay, you keep all your boxes.
yeah.
So if it has a head sculpt, yeah, I'll keep it. That's kind of a rule too. I've seen nightmares where people have moved, or not that I have plans on moving or anything, but I've seen them where they had to move figures and stuff, and they just took them and did what they thought was good, but like the Batman cape bled against all the head sculpts, and like I'm like nightmare, like
Yeah,
man. So on certain things, I'm like I'm probably gonna keep the bugs. Yeah, I just wanted to point out another good point to join the Discord. I wish Dylan was around and in the chat today, because Dylan's got an interest. He's going through an interesting time as someone who rents and has roommates, and I'm sure would have a lot to say about, number one, like how much of his collection he allows to show and go into common areas. I know that's been something he's been in the Discord always talking about and verbalizing, because they start to like it and they're like, oh yeah, and he like brings out more, but then they had to move, right? And all the complications of that. So whether you're like Hector and I, homeowners, family, or you're a young guy growing up, you have roommates, space is always a balance.
So
it is, man.
That's what I wanted to talk about too.
Hold that thought real quick, just so I can say thank you for SJC 360 as well for the $2 super chat, my man. And if you have any vehicles you still have in the box, I do. I have a 22 Batmobile and a 66 Batmobile in a box. In a box, man. But
I don't understand how you can throw away the boxes for those vehicles too, because I know some statue collectors also that throw away their boxes as well, which is insane.
All my vehicle boxes go in the garage.
I keep
my
vehicle boxes for the most part. I had an unforeseen situation where a couple of them are gone, but for the most part, no, I try to keep those. So, but go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
I was saying, we all know that running out of space is inevitable. The part we never talk about are the little tricks that we do to try to make space last as long as we can. Like for me, this was a three shelf setup, and I couldn't go left, I couldn't go right, but I could go up. So then I built upward an additional shelf just to prolong me running out of space. And that actually came from being in Discord. I was in Discord in the voice chats, and it was me and a handful of people, and we were just spitballing like, I still have a whole row of figures. Where am I going to put them? And it came, well, you have tall ceilings. Why not just build up? And I'm doing it again. I ran out of space. So now I have 3 more over here where I'm going to be building those up and reinforcing them with wood. I know Hector's probably the most recent, where originally he had that center case. And he's essentially using the same amount of space, but now he has 2 cases in the same spot. So we all, at one point or another, try to modify or adjust our collections to make more stuff fit before we run out of space. I know last night, Anthony, you were adding an additional module case on top of your 2 stack to try to, increase the amount of breathing room you have in your room.
No, and I needed to, because when I first, and I didn't want to do it. I was like, I can leave it in the living room, whatever. But, and I had just 2 cases up top, since I moved in. That's just kind of how I set it up when I moved in. And, I was like, this looks nice. It's, a little low.
It does.
But then I was like, well, okay, I justified it in my head because I'm like, this is a wall. Then there's nothing behind it. Like that's a half wall where you can see further back. So I was like, I didn't want to like block that off and lose that perception, that depth of the rest of the room. Whereas this one's just flush. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going up another one. And
if you come into the Discord, man, there are people that they think they have ran out of space, and then they spitball some ideas with people and realize they still got a little more space left, and it gets pretty crazy. Somebody will say something like, well, what if I have module cases attached to a Murphy bed, so it's a display in the day, and then I lay it down and it's a bed at night. People get pretty creative.
Oh, yeah, 100%, man. Benjamin Green, man. Yeah, so, well, CT and I think all of us kind of to a point, right? We'll get cases, separate cases or bags, or cases and bags to house accessories and things like that. So and to me, it's easier that way too, because I don't like Mario, you had mentioned, because you're rotating your displays a lot and they're all in their original packaging. Yeah, like things like that, like Chris has. But with you, it's like, if you're going to go ahead and say, okay, I'm going to rotate my display. Now, I just want my Hall of Armor out and some Iron Mans again, or whatever, right? To the forever display that you have back there, right? So you're gonna have to open up every box and rifle through every little hand and pull them out, all the accessories, and that's just, to me, I'm good. That was one of the good things about obviously getting rid of the boxes, having more space that's just not taking up fucking room, but ease of access. I could just get into a bag or a small container and be like, boom, 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 here they are. I'm good with that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do, Green, and I know CT does, and a few of you guys in the chat do, as well. When I don't want to be digging through these boxes, and I don't like storing them all because they start piling up, bro.
One of the cleanest solutions I've seen, I don't know if you guys remember Boston Collectors.
I do.
He did a video about
great videos.
What'd you blow me up for?
Because you're speaking. I'm giving you the center stage. Go ahead.
He had a good video about how he does his all over storage. He bought himself like some suitcases for his tools, right? And what he did is that he modified them and put like custom foam in there, and each one had their own head sculpt in it. Bought a bunch of little baggies, I guess something like these, but they had their own accessories, and everything was labeled cleanly with a label maker and everything, man. So his idea, I think, was like one of the most elegant ones that I've seen. But I also seen other people pull up some of those hobby storage racks also as well. You pull out a little drawer, you put all your shit in there also. And
CT has something similar.
They're
like
stackable,
that.
Yeah. So all that stuff works as well, man.
No, they're those are totally rad.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Build up enough courage to throw the accessory away.
So I'll go ahead and I have a file cabinet right underneath this desk that I have. It's a workbench, basically, what I'm sitting at. So there's just a file cabinet, really probably like a 3-foot file cabinet, and in that I store these. You can get these at Michael's. I don't know if you have Michael's in your area, but
yeah,
and it's just a 1-unit thing. It has individual packs, and I'll put a couple figures in each. So this one's got Star Killer and Revan, right? And I'll take little baggies, and I'll separate the hands to make sure the hands aren't rubbing against anything, and just use a marker, write what's what, put that in the pack, put that in the box, and put that in my file cabinet. And that's how I handle that. And then they have bigger ones. These are slightly bigger. So like the T800, came with a lot of accessories, extra arms. The Tron figure I got has an extra leg, light up leg, like bigger stuff, bigger guns, stuff like that. So I'll use a mix of these. These will work right.
No, that's a great way to store. Yeah, they're not expensive. They're awesome.
I went Tim the Toolman Taylor, and I got myself like toolkit to put all my accessories in. I got about 6 of these. So
those work, man.
Yeah, it works too, but it does take up space. So I might have to go CT's route and go smaller, because having like a stack of those like over there, no.
Yeah, no, I feel you there, man. Blur Dad, man, what's up, my dude? Celebrating 48 months of channel membership, dude. Thank you so much, man. It's been a long time, brother, man. With space and economics, I'm preparing for a break, and that totally makes sense because Rob says he's going to go on a break for like 10 years, and
during the robot wars.
Yeah.
Well, no, I haven't said that. It just gets to the point
You're
where
like, I'm done.
how long? I mean, how long? I don't want to be collecting things up until my very last day on planet Earth.
Sure.
You know, and what I want, like, look, I have to get. Here's that so Prince. I have not ordered the blue. I have to have it. Like, I don't care how I have to have that Prince figure. I have to get him, and that'll buy. You know, but I don't have to get everything else. But that's a figure I have to have just because I love Prince.
Yeah.
So it's gotten to the point where I used to want to get everything, and now I'm discerning.
But is it discerning though? Because you have a Prince, and that's one character out of.
But that's a totally it's a different era. That's Purple Rain Prince.
Yes.
Blue Jacket Prince is the 90s Prince.
That's a New Hope Vader, and that's a Revenge of the Sith Vader.
But see, I don't look at but Vader to me, it's like get the Return of the Jedi Vader and be done with it. Get the best iteration of Vader because Vader doesn't really change that much.
Okay.
Whereas Prince has an entire oeuvre of eras. You know, it's like Bowie. If they made a bunch of Bowie figures, I mean, that's Let's Dance Bowie. But I would love to get Aladdin Sane Bowie.
I think with the point that I was trying to make though is that happens often with multiple IPs or real life people, and in this case musicians or whomever. But I think that thought that you just shared happens, at least to me, more often than I'd like, where I'm like, well, I just really love that, and I really love that, and I really love that, and I really love that, and now I have 3 or 4 of those things, right? And then that happens another 10 times, and then I'm like, oh shit.
But like, for instance, if you wanted to build, say, a Star Wars for the 50th anniversary, and you wanted to have all your favorite Hot Toys Star Wars toys, just from say the first film from Star Wars, like you could do that, and you could have your Star Wars display, you know, and that might be, then you might do an Empire Strikes Back display where you need another Vader to fight Bespin Luke, and you need Han or whatever. But how many? I think I have 5 Vaders, including a sideshow Vader. Why?
That's it.
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that we've been buying for a while.
What? Endgame wasn't as terrible as I thought it was going
to. Did I have a little lag, or was it Rob?
No, Rob's lagged out.
Okay, Rob's stuck in the Matrix.
It's something about Endgame.
Something about Endgame.
Yeah, we all agree it wasn't a great movie. It's fine.
Whoa. I will give him a second. I don't know if he's having a connection issue, but Dylan is here. In fact, CT, I've had to move on a very short notice, and now I'm downsizing, as well as figuring out logistics with my collection being confined to my bedroom. Previously, I had a rather large basement collection. He did.
Yeah,
he did.
He did. I got to fly out to Colorado for a work trip and got to see Dylan's collection in person, and it was pretty sweet. The dude's got a pretty awesome collection, and not just Hot Toys or 6 scale. He's got what are they called? Marquettes.
Yeah, they're called croquettes.
There's some really cool shit, dude. He's got a handful of really amazing pieces that will stop you in your tracks.
Yes. Commander Green, though, and even though I will say that I have to stop collecting figures at some point due to space, I'll just find something else to collect and have the same problem for the next collection. I think that's all in our blood, right? I mean, because we weren't always collecting 1/6, but I think we were always collecting something. Like since we were,
you need to stop collecting, bro. I mean, just going back to what we were talking about earlier, man. Just see if you can make space for the next thing that you want, and just cycle that other piece out the collection if you can.
Well, there's things too coming out like the Tomy Enterprise refit from Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
Yep,
that's supposed to land, or the repop of the Mattel Dinky. I mean, the Mattel Space 1999 Eagle. I got that coming in.
Yeah,
which I mean. And I've got the fan home Millennium Falcon that I'm getting all the parts for.
Yeah.
You know, there's that, and that's what, 4 feet or something. It's huge.
Jeez.
Yeah, I don't know how long that's going to take to put together.
And I've been getting all the modification pieces and stuff.
Yeah, that's a lot, man. 14 Wellington. Go ahead.
Oh, the Agora models, the part works kits of like the 1/8 scale Little Nelly from Spy Who Loved Me. I have that I actually built, but it's in my bedroom because I need to get 2 wires to fix the
Dude.
wiring.
Yeah.
Attach it to a ceiling fan or a chandelier.
Yeah. And how about that Orca? The Agora
Yeah.
1/18 scale Orca? I gotta
Yeah.
have that.
No, don't be putting anything on a ceiling fan, especially. I don't. That's not how you gotta. That's not how you're gonna leave this realm, bro.
I'm not gonna put
see
anything on
you
a
on a
ceiling fan.
observation, and this fucking thing is just
No.
flies off the fan and takes
I
you
could
out,
use
bro.
a ceiling fan in here though. I'd really like
You
that.
could, especially during the summer, man.
I mean, I got the tone the
guys.
what is the Enterprise, you know, the not Lego, but why am I drawing a blank? The
Because you have
figures.
too much stuff.
Yeah, but the Enterprise, you know,
I'm familiar with the Enterprise.
No, but you know what's that toy line? The toy
Playmates?
line. Not Playmates. No. The
Micro Machines?
No, the
Is the
European
Cell?
toy line with the figures. It's not Lego, but it's
Playmobil?
Playmobil.
Okay,
I've got the Playmobil Enterprise hanging right above my head,
gotcha.
which is awesome.
Yes. So,
But I can't get into it. I can't get into the bridge and play.
nah, it's too high up, man. Do you have any once they release or make this figure like X figure? I'm done. I don't think so personally,
No.
but
I
Playmobil. Thanks, guys. Yeah,
It's the it might be the Conan. However, if they continue the movie line, of course I will get more of that. And if Caustic makes good on the promise of an Arnold line, then I will continue with that. But I think
Have they talked about doing that?
in an interview, I believe Fabio mentioned something where they kind of want to do like a Sly Stallone line, but for Arnold. But it won't be
Yes.
anything that Hot Toys comes out. So it would be like Jack Slater. Well, I mean, he didn't necessarily say that they're going to make, but like they've talked to Arnold about it. And that made me go, so I hope that's still a thing, because I will be knee deep into that. Because I am at the end of the line of my DC movie stuff, to the point where like maybe I'll catch some CMS here and there, and then maybe get like a couple of fillers like the Mars 66 villains, maybe get like in art stuff, but I'm kind of at the end of the road. So
like
Conan
will
was
slow down
for sure.
Yeah,
For sure. Like I said, like I think like starting next year, it's might be just exclusively in art and Caustic, and that's really going to slow everything down because they don't really come out at the rate that Hot Toys does. So,
dude, I think everything great, everything great you would want is happening right now. If you could only own 20 figures, and the last 3 years shifted from this year either backwards or forwards, you're getting Bloodsport, Conan, Terminators, Predators, Aliens, what else? Indiana Jones. Like everything great in pop culture is happening right now, and it's readily available. It's crazy to me. I would say if I could only own 20 figures, at least 18 of them would have been getting released either now or within the last 2 years.
Wow.
You know, you're not wrong, bro. And I've said this on my Saturday shows a couple times. You guys know, everybody here has been on it or watched that. This sometimes I feel like I don't, but like I almost envy. I guess I should say it that way. I almost envy people that are starting to collect like since last year or 20. You know what? You always do this to me, minus the Universal Soldiers.
This is why I said 18, because nobody's done these again. So
I know.
Besides these, everything else is happening.
Yeah. But here's the thing though, right? And one day they will be mine, Chris. But I do almost envy that, because you are right that in the last 2 years we're getting all these better 2.0, 3.0s, and other companies is in addition doing all the stuff I love. And it's awesome, dude. It is really, really awesome. The last Starfighter though, thank you, man, my friend, for the $2, dude. Need a Lou Ferrigno Hulk. Yeah, that would be awesome, bro. That would be awesome. I hope Hot Toys tackles this, since they put out the 77 and the 78 Spider-Mans, that maybe they could go down that line and give us some of those classic TV show heroes. We'll see.
Hey, Rob.
Yes.
Have you did you get a chance? Have you seen Factory Entertainment, the bridge replica for TOS.
Yeah, that and Nacelle too. The Nacelle company is doing one.
Yeah.
And it's I still the thing is I still want a 6-scale bridge, and the only person who does that's 3D Trekker, and it's really good, but it's still 3D printed. You know, it's really interesting. It's I wonder. I mean, right now there's a lot of people in the model world that are making amazing, like 3D printed. Name it, whatever spaceship you want. Or Gundam models. There's insane Gundam kits being produced with 3D printing from China, and that's going to continue on. And I wonder how it's going to affect the figure industry. Are people going to start doing? Are we going to see more and more people doing small batch runs of figures that they're 3D printing? I mean, I don't know.
I think you know that. I think you know the answer to that.
Yeah, and but it's really interesting because I think it's going to be, it's going to spread out and get more and more niche as technology gets better. I mean, because I would like to do a line of figures from dystopian 70s science fiction movies, like Sean Connery as Zardoz. I mean, as Zed from Zardoz in the underwear.
And you want that?
I do, or Logan's Run figures, or Charles,
rooted body hair and everything.
Just and Charlton on a silicone body, and Charlton Heston from like the Omega Man, or the Logan's Run figures. I'd love to get Logan, Francis, Jessica, and Box as a 6-scale thing. Now, no one's a great. I've got 2 good Mad Max figures, but I'd love somebody to do a great Mad Max figure, like a Road Warrior figure. And a Vernon Wells, figure. Road Warrior.
I need Kiss figures.
Yeah,
I need full Gene Simmons, full on
Warrior era Kiss.
I mean, they've done, over the years, because Mego did them, and then McFarlane did Kiss figures. But it'd be great to get a great 6-scale line of Kiss figures.
Yeah,
it would be cool. I want to see more band figures as well. I'd like to see like Metallica or something, or Pantera,
But I would only get the toyetic bands. Like I would get a Slipknot and I would get a Kiss. And
right, because they got the masks and the face.
You don't want Creed.
Fucking Gore. Okay,
Gore.
I don't want
Creed. Put them on a 6-scale edge right there.
Yeah, on the.
I ordered the Daft Punk figures. I hope those.
Yeah.
Hey, those might be cool too, man. That might be cool. I ended that poll in the chat, guys. I actually didn't really talk with you guys on the panel about it, but of whether or not you guys prefer museum poses versus dynamic. But it looks like out of 100 votes, 61% of you guys vote more for museum pose, and about 40%, right, 39% is for dynamic. And I like doing dynamic poses, bro. But my problem with that is the topic of today's discussion. I mean, it is space. I mean, like there's a certain, like, Chris, I know they're off camera right now, but you pose like really fucking well, by the way. And a lot of what you've shown me, like the way you have your setup, looks awesome. But again, that space, it limits, right? And then when you have like Mario's setup here is fucking clean, and those, I would still call those museum poses. I know you have a little bit of hunch, a little bit of shoulder movement and positioning of the firearms, but that you fit. Wait, it fits. You found a good middle ground there.
Look at
I mean, look at that. I mean,
Mackin. Look at him mackin.
He is. Well, he's earned it.
I mean, you got me up. I might as well just show the goods, right?
Yeah, he's earned it. He can have his shine. I mean, but that's a great middle ground. There's slight posing involved there, not too dynamic. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, they're not crazy, and they fit well that way, and they look.
You don't understand how difficult that is. Those subtle differences. Every one of those troopers is pretty much posed differently. Yeah.
Yes. You know how hard it is.
I see it. All right, Mario. I see it. I get it, guy. He knows not what he even sees. I apologize.
I see your troopers and I raise you a ranger.
Okay, hold on. I'll stick to Mario for 1 second, then I'll go to Doug here. So
like there we go. Like look at Crosshair. There's a little dynamics right there, a little dynamicism there.
Yeah. But what I mean dynamic, I mean like really agile looking, or like flying poses, or you know that sense. I definitely understand what you mean by that. They're all slightly different posed. The subtleties make it awesome, but they're more static in a sense. And it looks fantastic.
For that one in
Airborne
the back
troopers running in the background. Yeah,
but yeah, a lot of them are fairly subtle museum like.
And that's what I mean. Like that takes patience and
but they come up with so many different poses for many different troopers. I mean, it's basically like the same like
right. You don't want them all.
It's a similar theme, but trying to make everyone look unique is can be difficult.
Right, right, and that looks fantastic. I mean that looks fantastic, dude. 100%. So, and then I know Doug over here. You're showing off. So sorry. Here we go. Now that's interesting. So those are the Power Rangers, but you have them all on one. It looks like
one base with like 7 poles coming out of it.
Wow, cool.
I've also I don't know if anybody cares about this. This is kind of a.
Only I care, Chris.
No, I care. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's on a 5/16 rod plugged into the wall, so there's no wires or display stand. But there's also a fan hidden behind the bat signal, so when I turn that on, his cape actually blows.
Oh, that's
that
cool.
was inspired by something Anthony did.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome, dude. That is pretty awesome. And these are deep, dude, because like, well, your camera just went off. That's okay, but those are deep because you have your vehicles parked.
Oh yeah, here's the mess
vertically. Yeah, we'll see one more time, guys.
So
there you go.
You can see just random accessories, 48 by 48 depth, and yeah, it's like you can fit a lot in 48 inches. You know.
That's pretty. But that's huge. But then again, that's your that's your unique perspective too, right? Because you are in your storage doing this, which is awesome. I don't know how many people. Well, I know Justin McFly took inspiration from you too, right? He bought the 48-inch deep.
Yeah, he's doing the 48 by 48s,
and that's just awesome, dude. And so, but you see what I mean? Like all this spider stuff looks amazing. The way you've got them all posed, but then you're like, oh shoot, I can't fit like 100 figures here. I can only fit maybe 20, right? Because of that.
It's funny because a couple people were in the chat discussing the 1977 Spider-Man and about it being 800. I've seen it go for 1,200. While it was selling for that, I sold mine for $400. You can go on eBay, you'll see that $400 sell, and that was simply, I'm out of space. I have so many Spider-Man on the shelf. It didn't look good by adding one more figure to the shelf. It made it look worse. And it's really just an underwear suit. If you're patient and wait, I guarantee the price will go down. People will start to forget about it, and more people will run out of space. And I promise you, that'll be one of the first figures on the chopping block. So just wait. The price will drop.
They typically do. I mean, they typically do, man. So 16 Chris, love seeing this and hearing you guys' opinion on this topic. Great show, dude. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, I mean, this is the stuff I like to do here on the Sundays, right? We talk about what this is about, man. Like, it's not just all the figures. Like, what do we do with them? Where do we store them? When do we, how do we organize them? How do we finance them? Bob Dylan, what's up, my man, dude? Those Costa cases look sick, bro. They're huge, man. I mean, you've got like Philly's saying, right? Philly, I saw his as well, man. 48 by 48 on a rotating. He's got like a Lazy Susan rotating the Batmobile. Like, that's fucking crazy.
Philly's on some mad scientist type shit, dude, for some of the stuff that he's doing behind the scenes. Man. He's incredible at what he does.
Yeah, it's freaking sweet, dude. So, I think that's really awesome, man. Mario's display is 100% amazing, so clean, but I prefer a lot more variety to each his own. True.
Well, this is thanks, Ray, but this is a dedicated space just for troopers only.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it is a variety of troopers.
It is a variety of troopers.
I'll give you that, man. So, Rotar,
I would just caution people, everybody's at a different stage of collecting.
Sure.
Chris is, in a stage, man. I remember when he wasn't opening the boxes. I mean, for over a year, we've been like, for Christ's sakes,
I was
dude,
buying 4 to 5 figures
open
for 2 weeks.
Yeah, open those damn boxes. They're coming out with 2.0s now. Now you're gonna have figures that you didn't even open, and the 2.0s out. You know, so I mean, you got to enjoy them, and so there are different collectors out there. There are some people who want to just collect the serial numbers, MMS 666, MMS 667, 6. You know, they want it all, and I understand that. And there are other folks that are going to collect just a particular IP. People who are multi media, IP, scale, all different types, man. So when people share their collections, try to cut them some slack. You know, everyone's in a different stage of where they're at, and we're all frustrated. We're all trying to get to a particular place. We have this mind's eye of our collection. We're trying to get there, and we're on that path there. So I applaud you, Chris, for number one, coming on the show, 2, unboxing your figures, and finally pulling them out and posing them.
Right. Hey, buying is easy. Displaying is a real challenge.
Lighting, posing, all of it. Yeah.
Sure. Well, I mean, and that's something that Rob mentioned before too. I don't remember if it was on my show or if it was on your show.
No, I think it was on your show.
But that displaying is an art of itself and an expression of itself, right? How do you want that to look? It's not just the figures, but you're like, or how the figures are posed, but how do you want the overall display? Like when you walk in that room, that aesthetic itself is kind of is an art in and of itself.
Yeah, like I love Bob Dylan's. He's got that movie poster look. You know, he has all the. There's something dynamic about that presentation.
Oh yeah.
I aspire to get there. I am nowhere near there, but I definitely aspire to have more of a diorama type look, that more movie has more of a movie look to it.
Yeah.
Vehicles. I hope to one day renovate my garage and all the vehicles go out in the garage, but on display. So at the end of the day, when I pull into my garage and that garage door opens, they all light up. All the displays light up.
Yeah.
Get out. That's the dream. Am I anywhere near there? No. But
right.
We're working our way towards that dream. You know, that's it.
Yeah. And you know, and Voodoo is as well. That's what I do. And you know, a lot of us in the chat do. You know, Bob Dylan's in here, Commander Green. I know there's others. You know, if you start taking photography of it as well, right? You show your friends or whoever, and that becomes its own. And that's part of my problem too. I think that's where one of my nagging, you know, it's in the back of my mind because I do photography. So we'll talk, you know, Saturday nights, right? When we talk about the announcements and releases and stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, I kind of want that. And it's not even me as like the collector in me. There's the photographer in me where I'm like, oh man, that'd be really cool.
That's evolving into short videos now with AI. People are doing photographs, putting that through AI, and it's coming back like a short little video.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was just animating my figures. I was like, dude, this is cool.
Yeah. People who customize, who, you know, want to take the figure and get it to a particular, a different look. Commander Green. We have a funky cold Santa. We have lots of clone collectors out there who aren't going to wait for Hot Toys or Sideshow to deliver the clones they want, and we'll paint them and customize them. So everyone's, you know, although collects has a kind of a different thing going on. So yeah.
I think we've all experienced you make a mistake and you got to take all your shit off the shelf, but because you don't have space, there's nowhere to put all the shit.
That's the one thing I like about the living room.
But you have nowhere to put the collection.
That's what I do. All you guys know, when we're in the Discord or wherever, I'm like, you know what? That's the only thing I like. The fact that the living room's a mess right now, because it's almost like my swap file. You know, I'm like, okay, I need to move all this, so I'm gonna just dump everything over on those shelves, so I have room to bring these back in, and then take them off the little swap file and move them again. Because you're right. You're like, where do you It is a pain in the butt. It is a pain in the butt, dude. What was Dylan saying here in the chat really quick? And I want to ask one more thing here with you guys. We said, Anthony and I moved at the same time. I feel his collection greatly benefited from moving, whereas I finally got my collection the way I wanted it. Then my world got flipped upside down. Yes.
Yeah. And, Dylan's got replicas, and, he's part of the 501st. So he's got the armor, and now you're talking a whole new level of collector, right? Because you're moving into curating, right? Some of us are collectors and just grabbing stuff and throwing it on a shelf, and some of us are investing heavily in the displays, whether it's Moduspace, right? I mean, I'm working with garage racks, right? I am not into the Moducases yet, right? But there's a level of collector there, and there's a lot going on in the community. A lot of
sometimes you buy something you think is going to look cool, and it ends up looking like a birthday cake. It happens, right, Dylan?
Yeah,
it happens.
Well, the Wampa cake.
The Wampa cake, right? Let me ask you guys something. This is it's kind of silly, but maybe not silly. But and I'll ask you guys in the chat too. I'll put a poll. But if you guys had a bigger room, right? Would you try to collect smarter, or would you buy even more? Would that impulse or that addiction can take over? Like, let's say where we're all sitting right now. CT, your basement is now twice as large as it is, right? Your storage is twice as large, right? All of our rooms, Rob, your observatory is double the space. What? I'm real talk here. Are we still being smart about things, or are we like, you know what? Fuck it, I got the space. Let's fucking go. Pedal to the metal.
The bad decisions get bigger. If you're talking more space, now we're trying to get an X-wing in here somehow.
Well, have you seen dudes they're printing 6-scale X-wings?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's a thing.
Exactly. So
I still want my 6-scale TIE fighter.
I'm sure there's someone who's printed one, and that wouldn't be hard to do. It's mostly wings and a ball.
We all have that crazy thing that we just said, you know what? As crazy as I am, I can't fit that. I can't get it. We would run out and get that. That's what you would do. Whatever that is.
That's what happened. That was what would happen.
We all have that. We all have that stuff that you had to let go. The Enterprise, all those enterprises that are coming out that I had to let go by from. Is it Tomy?
Yeah, Tomy. I would get the Tomy Enterprises. You're right. I would have probably
got my heart out when I see those things. All that stuff you let go. Yeah.
Well, also, like what you were saying, CT, it'd be really cool if you could, like, I would love to have like what Justin has with his big Moduspace displays. But imagine if you could line up on a wall, you could have like 5 or 10 DF-120s, and the whole line you could build like New York, like an entire diorama of New York, and you could have along it. You could tell all the different stories. You could have Spider-Man. You could have the Avengers. You could have the whole and everything that happened in New York. You could have an alleyway with Daredevil fighting Kingpin.
Robert, we've been down this path with Chris, and we used to joke. We used to have fun with Chris because that was his path. He was going to do that. He's like, I'm going to have department stores. I'm going to have escalators. I want the Daily Bugle.
Well, that would be, that would be too much, because if you could use background printed, if you could print out backgrounds of and then make it all foreground pieces that you could interact, and because that would be, or do it whole, get a whole, all of Tatooine, fill it up literally with sand, and you would have just a background. You could have Darth Maul fighting Qui-Gon. You could have Luke. You could have Mos Eisley. You could have that would be the coolest thing. So it looked like a museum. Like, when you go to a museum, like a natural history museum or something.
Oh, yeah. No doubt. Bob Dylan, because my collecting is liquid. It will fill and take the shape of whatever shape you offer me. Self-control. left the room years ago. So a lot of you guys are saying the same thing. You're like, nah, dude, it's but it's an interesting question, man, because I don't know if I would just say, okay, I'm gonna chill. You know what I mean? What's up, Blue Tattoo? How you doing, brother? Exactly.
Hey, Anthony.
Still Viper. Yeah, buddy.
I got a little girl's tea party I have to go to. I promised. So
no, dude. I appreciate you coming on, man, and sharing your collection and your perspective on this. You do the family stuff, right. And then we will talk.
Everyone, collect irresponsibly.
Collect irresponsibly. Right. Don't listen to that one. But thanks, buddy. If you want to talk more with Chris too, guys, link in Discord, man. You guys can always come hang out with us in there as well. But yeah, dude, have fun, dude. We'll talk soon, man. All right. Whoops, I moved people out. Sorry. There we go. Yeah, I mean, dude, that would be crazy. Agent Phil Silver Fox, dude, Captain Kirk himself. Evening, lads. I am currently working on creating space in the module cases as I watch this. A never-ending story, dude. Yeah, bro. That's rough, man. That is rough, dude. So, I mean, and again, I was just curious because I mean, I feel that way to a lesser degree with the living room, right? Where I'm like, well, I got some space out there, and I take it for granted. You know what I mean? But if I had actually double the room that I'm in, then yeah, I think you guys are right. I'd be like, fuck it, more's coming in, or those things that we get rid of.
Sure.
Yeah.
More vehicles.
Well, you want more vehicles.
I would love every Batmobile, yeah, but I can't. The space one. These two just. You know how many figures I could fit in here if I took out those vehicles?
Bro, I do know, and that's a problem. You know.
To go back to whether I pose or museum pose, I museum pose for longevity reasons because, these materials of these bat suits and stuff are not meant to be in a pose long term. So
you don't have your Batman Returns like flying through Gotham.
Fuck no! Look, he's just standing there.
I know. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So, user Noontunes as well. I had a bigger room. Filled it up. Wasn't happy, so I changed my rules and downsized. It works better for me. And that's a thing too, right? Like we were talking about, like in the other areas, it's kind of nice having not so much there, right? But
there needs to be a balance too with just comfort. Like you could have more space and put more displays, but you also want to like be able to be in that space comfortably. Maybe a couch, maybe a chair, maybe so you can now immerse yourself in that space a little bit more. That's what kills me down here, like in the basement. I can only do so much time. It gets cool in the winter. It's like being in a wine cellar, but in the summer it's perfect. But
yeah, that is true. Guys. I mean, and you're I don't even need to ask you, Rob, because I know that would be the case, right? That would be the case.
Of which, I mean,
that you would just buy more.
Yeah, I mean, I would. Yeah.
I mean, you could put those Blu-rays somewhere.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I have been sort of this stack. I've got to move. I need more like Billy bookcases for my Blu-rays.
Yeah.
I made this corridor that keeps growing. It's over there.
Is it like a rat maze? Like, do you have to kind of?
No, but it's a little tight. It's getting a little tight. But yeah. I mean, if I got bigger, I don't know. I mean, what I really want to focus on displaying, like I would really like to get like the 3D Trekker bridge. I'd like to get Cork's bar and get like two DF 120s with that corner piece they make. Because I could, in the corner, I have this rack that I got from Amazon that's an actual corner rack.
Yeah.
It sits in the corner and I love it. It's got spaceship models on it. It's got a few figures. It's got a bunch of random stuff because I haven't finished it all off. But utilizing that corner space with that Modja case piece, so you can have the 120s that are going like this, and then you have the corner
so
piece.
You have a nice little rounded area.
Yeah, so you could put the 3D Trekker get 2 of the Quarks bars and make it go all the way around, and you could take all these figures and do a Quarks bar display.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about that in the past, and in the back of the Modu cases, print out the backgrounds of what it would look like in the distance, so you've got a look of a whole thing.
Yeah, and I have Quarks bar, and I wanted to kind of do that. I wanted to do a backdrop printed of, like, you know,
the rest of the bar,
the hallway and the promenade, and like, you know, so it gives you that depth, sort of, right?
Yeah,
like,
and that's what I want to concentrate on is making the displays in here better, because, you know, I want to have this place where people, it's such a mess in here. I want people to come in and be able to sit down and just come here. I got a really nice, cool Case Logic day bed, you know, and a thing that cool chairs. I want to make this place where people can come in and hang out. You know, because what's the point of having? I think none of us have rooms where people can, like, come in and you can have 2 or 3 people listen to music or just hang out, chat. I would love to have cameras where I could just have people come in here and have them go live. Like, Anthony, if you wanted to come over and visit or something, come on in and we can stream.
Like chill in there and, like, that would be, because, like, me, this is it. This is the chair.
If I'm honest,
no, there's no room.
I think I probably, like, fantasize about that, but in reality, I don't want anyone coming in and touching anything.
Well, no, I don't think. But if you have, I don't think people would. But if you had a play, like, for instance, I want to get that 3D Trekker bridge, and I know somebody that will build the exterior for me. They'll 3D print the exterior, so you're looking down, and then make an awesome big coffee table like that one guy on YouTube has. That would be the centerpiece. So you have people chill and they're looking in. So there'd be glass over the top, but they're looking into it. It's all lit up. And because that 3D Trekker bridge, you can put in a USB stick and put stuff on the view screen.
Yeah.
You know, and you could make all kinds of videos of Star Trek exteriors. I mean, that's the space, right? I mean, like, I think that's what I would do more, honestly. I mean, because if I had double the space, I would do very elaborate things like that, right? Do the screen setups and do these other backdrops and like utilize the empty space to create that, you know what I mean? That kind of effect. And there's a lot of that's so awesome, and I just don't do it because of that, right? So I think I would probably roll that way. I don't know. It's like what you did with the New Wave toys, the New Wave toy stuff, when you kind of made that mini arcade.
Yeah, that's so fun, right?
Yeah, and people come in and look at it. It's cool.
Yeah, but the space is the thing, right? I mean, Mario, real quick, I'm just curious with you as well, man. Would you just fill it all up or try to have restraint? Or are you like, hell yeah, I can collect for another 10 years? I think you're muted.
Yeah,
I think you're muted, brother.
He's Mario.
Muted.
My bad. There we go.
Oh, you're
now,
good.
if I had more infinite display space, I can fill that shit up easily with what I have right now that's not on display. You know what I mean?
So would you just end up saying, fuck it, I'm just going to get rid of the storage and then take everything out and just fill up? You know what I mean?
So.
Like, that's how it would go.
I think that'd be the best bet. Yep.
Well, thank God we've established that's the forever display.
This particular one is yes. This is This is just going to continue to expand as more troopers come out, man. So that's how this is, man. But for other Modu case setups, man. I mean, I still have my carded 3 3/4 vintage collection that I still want to display that I would like to someday. You know, got a one Darth Vader helmet, and I want some more Star Wars helmets along with other prop replicas, you know, and shit like that.
Yeah,
things like that. That's and studio scale models. That's the route that I want to go.
Yeah.
You know, so
I thought that was really cool too when you had all the vintage cards on the wall.
Oh, I miss it so much, bro. Yeah, they're just sitting in those black crates right now, man. You know, stackable tote crates.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
over maybe 500, 600 cards that are sitting in there right now.
That should look dope, man, when it was on the wall, man.
Yeah. And I would love to have that back. You know what I mean? So
but then again, right, then there's no garage racks or Modu cases going high because you can't do the wall, right? The wall is the wall at that point.
The wall is the wall for it, just for that dedicated space.
You know,
exactly, man.
Yeah. Rob, you do need a captain's chair. You should be sitting in one right there.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to have one.
I'll get you the new one from Starfleet Academy.
And you know, man, the thing with replicas too today, you know, before it used to be replicas. Wow, it looks real, but now, like, man, the tricorders that are coming out and everything, they're functional.
Yeah, it's
like
crazy.
Any captain's chair, it can't just look like it. It's got to light up. It's got to be functional, and they will do it. They deliver that stuff. So
well, look what they're doing with lightsaber props, also, man.
Exactly.
It's the same thing. They're expanding to the point to where you can actually open them up and see the chambers with the crystal inside and see all the little mechanics of the actual chassis itself. Is insane.
Yeah,
it's a great time.
And there's things like executive replicas. Once I think I put $350 down like 3 years ago on a 6-scale pod from 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there with it all lights up and all the screens, because I've got a smaller plastic model of one, which is really cool, but I don't even know if they'll ever make it. But I want one. Like, I want it. And that thing's huge. It's gigantic. And the studio scale stuff for that Millennium Falcon model I have, and the bigger the stuff that you get, it just adds to the display. Like, I'll take my X06 Star Trek the Motion Picture figures, and when I get my Tomy refit, I can do a display with them standing in front of it and have the ship coming over the top. You know,
sick, man.
I mean,
see it.
Yeah,
because mixing and matching stuff like 6-scale figures with pieces, like, you know, that was a thing when I first saw Jazz Inc. It was because they made like the Death Star diorama where they had the screen, you know, and it was all metal. And you could just put them on, because having figures on a set, like a 6-scale set, was such a cool. I mean, come on, that bat cave. Come on,
sick, dude. No, I'm with you even with other stuff, because I'll do that sometimes. I'll take some of my comics or my graphic novels or my steelbook, you know, 4Ks, and mix them with the figures, and I like the way that, you know what I'm saying. I like that. I like that. I love it. It's really cool, but then again, it all comes down to that space. I'm like, I do it for a little bit, and I'm like, wow, that looks cool. Like, my alien setup was really cool with the Ripley's and the xenomorphs, and I had the 4Ks and some other props, and I was like, this is really cool, but I only have 5 figures in this display.
Yeah,
and so
but when it came down to it, when you were forced, when it came down to it, and your hand was forced, right? You had to move. You had to make decisions. You let a lot of stuff go. But it felt good, though. It felt great, right? To redo your displays. It's like you get down to your fighting weight again.
You know what I mean? You kind of do.
Of course, you just want to fill that space again. And it's like, well, now I'm looking at, you know, but it does feel good to let things go.
Well, I think it kind of for me, I can't speak for everybody out there, but it kind of rejuvenates that collecting, not urge, but like that drive again, because there comes a time where you are kind of rinse, repeat, pre-order, collect, put away, pre-order, collect, put away. And so when I had to move, that was a big thing for me, because I was like, oh my God, I do have a lot of stuff, and some stuff I forgot I had, you know. And then started thinking, well, if I forgot I had it and I'm not really displaying it like I my other stuff, then let me let go of some things. And then you do get that kind of, you know, you're back to that fighting way, like as you say, and you're like, all right, now I'm ready to tackle these new pre-orders. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
I don't want to switch it up, but I did want to also touch on that video that you made about value. Okay. Because of course, you know, these aren't investments. I mean, some of the stuff is. I mean, if you're into replicas and stuff like that, some of those pieces absolutely are investment pieces. But in regards to 6-scale figures and everything, to look at those as investments is obviously not realistic, unless you're getting in your dry running. You're a goddamn dry runner, and you're getting in there to get the figure and sell it. We know you can make money, and folks do that. But I mean, Iron Man, what are you going to do? You've only got so much space. Are you going to keep your Iron Man, or are you going to let them go to go ahead and get the new 2.0 stuff. And so more than likely, if you're an Iron Man fan, you're probably going to want to get that 2.0 stuff. So now you're going to sell your stuff. And it is nice to know that when you have to do that, that you can get some kind of return on the figures. And your video, I think that was one of the points that was
it's not
that it's investing, but that at some point we do want to and have to let things go, and it's nice not to take a bath.
That's the problem, right?
High-end collectibles, after all,
right? And they're not investments, and that's the problem, right? That was So I don't want people to say like collect because you love the shit, but at the same time, that's exactly what I mean. Like, they're not investments, but you do want to at least be able to get.
It's not Hasbro
back, right? And that's what that hurts a little bit, because those Iron Man are $450, and they're not going to sell for $450. You know what I mean? Or higher. You're going to take a little bit of a hit these days. That's kind of the point I was illustrating. Like, that's kind of that sucks sometimes, right? Especially when and some people are like, well, I don't sell, and I get that. A lot of people don't. A lot of you guys don't. But sometimes when you do want to let shit go, you're not like, oh, that sucks.
No, Charlie, not you. But yes, you, precisely you.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Yes. That is funny, man, dude. John, what's up, my man? Everyday collector in the house, man. What's up, buddy? How you doing, bro? Yeah, that's tough, man. I mean, it's a juggle, man. I did not let go of those OGs, man. It's not a sad day. The 2.0s have already started coming, so I'm okay with that. And honestly, you got a head start on that. I got a head start on that, bro. So Mafia Iron Man giveaway, maybe. I've got enough of them, bro. I don't know. We will see. Bob Dylan, She-Hulk. What about She-Hulk giveaway? I don't know. I don't know what he means by She-Hulk. I know who She-Hulk is. I don't understand.
She's green.
She's green.
Was he talking to somebody else?
He might have been. I'm sorry. I just saw Bob and I was looking to see what he had. So, and yeah, dude, it sucks when you enjoy them for a certain time in your collection, selling offsets the cost to upgrade. Yeah, and oftentimes, as we discussed, sometimes we just give stuff away to each other. I'm like, whatever. You know what I mean? But it sucks when you're like, all right, I want to get rid of all this stuff, and you're like, whoa, it's not going anywhere. I mean, I've seen people like the Mando stuff. Dirt cheap, I'm just using that as an example, right? You're like, what do you do? So that is the problem. But SJC through 360 though, thank you so much, man, for the 2, man. What 2.0 would you like what I'd like to see sooner or later? Well, I'm hoping this year is Ripley. The 2.0 with the power loader that they showed off. That's what I want to see, bro.
I think he means what figure do you not want to get a 2.0?
Yeah.
Like something that just came out.
Would you like not to see
already?
Sooner? What would I not like to see? I don't want to see another Qui-Gon. But for my own reasons, because fuck me, man. I got Darth Maul and then got Qui-Gon, and it's been years till we got more Phantom Menace, and then they dropped us another Darth Maul, which is better. But I don't want to see another one because I want the damn Obi-Wan.
I would not like to see a 2.0 John Matrix, because I feel like that's a shining piece in my Arnold collection. Not many people got it. It's
true. Yeah, I got them right there.
It's from a movie that. Yeah, it's like
stupid.
I'm not gatekeeping. It's just for my personal reasons. It's nice people to see Terminator, and they're like, who's this? And you're like, oh, it's John Matrix, right? The greatest one-liner of all time.
Do you know what I would like to see? It is 2026. Do you know what I want more than anything this year? If I could have Hot Toys do anything, I want all the Colonial Marines and Ripley in the power.
Yes,
not a Koye.
Their likeness.
Not a Koye, Rob.
Look, if we don't get a Koye, if we don't get the Dora Milaje,
there it is.
With Doomsday, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
I mean, it is shocking to me that we don't have the Dora Milaje.
No,
that I don't have a Koye. Shocking.
And there are no Bill Paxton figures out there. That'd be an amazing
That
Bill
would
Paxton.
be
figure.
awesome.
And they have to get because the original Colonial Marines, they didn't have the likeness for any of the Marines that they made. So yeah, to get all the I mean, now it's the 40th anniversary to redo that. You know, how incredible would that be?
That'd be awesome.
Well, April. Well, that's not really, but you know, Alien Day, right? April 26th.
I mean, they could announce that. I mean, even if they put it out at the end of the year or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I would love that too, man. Dylan, dude, thank you so much, though, man. Celebrating 35 months channel membership, dude. Appreciate you, brother. He's gatekeeping again. Give me Artisan Qui-Gon. Look, I just, in my head, I feel like Qui-Gon just came out.
He's been out, dude.
I know, but I feel like he's just, I remember getting him from Sideshow like it was yesterday. And then we got another Darth Maul.
Correctly.
I am. You're not wrong. I am remembering incorrectly, but you know what I mean. I'm just like, I just want the freaking Padawan Obi-Wan, bro.
You can't pose him with that damn hair. That
you're right. You can't. But Tina does a fantastic job rooting, and others as well.
After seeing Thor, it's a no-brainer. Stop it. Just stop it. You know. You. We're gonna have a conversation.
Well, he asked. He supercharged the question, and I'm thinking too soon is Qui-Gon.
But Mario with that horseshit comment that somehow slid by me, with Inart being the fucking pinnacle or whatever the hell he said.
Am I wrong? And the production piece is Inart not the top notch as far as rooted hair is concerned.
That statement got by me, and then you make a goddamn clip of it and send it out there. I'm like, I have more to say on that goddamn subject. That's you're not going to compare Inart to fucking Hot Toys and be like, oh, Inart's fucking at the. That's just trolling horseshit. I'm not stopping.
What if Inart got a hold of Star Wars?
We'd get 4 figures a year.
They got enough. They have enough. It's okay.
Yeah,
they have enough.
They have
Would
enough.
you buy them?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not an Inart hater, but I'm like, come on, that's
No, you're not wrong.
If Hot Toys wanted to go ahead and take one of their figures and only make like 600 of them, the value would shoot up like it does, like that. A Spider-Man, a silly $200 Spider-Man figure, boop, $1,000 because they made 600 of them. So if they were Inart and they were only making a couple of figures like they do, obviously the value would be more because there's less of them. Just stop it. If you want to have that conversation, the two of you, I'm ready to take the two
Saturday,
of you.
Tune in Saturday. Next Saturday, we'll talk about it. We will talk about it again on that one. Please, for the love of Howard, no more Ledger Jokers. Okay, that's probably enough.
What if it's the hospital one, Bob? You'll be all.
He'll buy it. Yeah, he'll be all over it. Yeah, 78 Cylon with a working eye would be
Sorry
awesome.
I had to see that, Robert. I apologize.
All right, Swizzleman. Hell yeah, bro. Alien Day, dude. 426. Let's go. I'm with you, man. I mean, yeah. And listen, we talked about this last night, on Saturday night stream, right? That's likely happening. Maybe I'm not sure about the Hulk exactly yet, but that I'm pretty sure that Hulkbuster will be right. We talked.
I have my Hulk. I'm looking at my Hulkbuster. That is, I don't know why I have that. The first Hulkbuster. I mean, I bought it and I'm looking at it and it's really cool.
It sounds familiar.
But why do I have this? It is. Where is it going to go? I keep moving. I keep picking it up and moving it different places. It's never lived anywhere.
Yeah.
Although I did repose it a little bit. It's got his fist up.
It is cool, dude. Don't get me wrong, man. So when your family grows, so
jeez.
Yeah. I know, man. I mean, it's
no.
Okay, if it's a seamless nurse Joker one more time. So yeah, dude. But guys, we'll probably wrap though, man. Unless you guys have any final thoughts on this, man, because this was a good conversation today. I know we're already at like 2 hours, but
I gotta go.
Yeah, and I'm glad you were able to make it, dude. Like we've missed each other, but in 2 weeks I'll be back on your time zone.
Oh yeah, which is good. Because I just forget. I always forget, and then I'll be back.
I know. I try to remind you like 3 days in advance. You're like, I'll be there. And
I know. I apologize.
Like I forgot. I'm like, wait, what do you mean? No, just no, it's totally cool, man. But yeah, next I think March 7th or 8th, right? We're gonna switch, and then because I normally I'll start mine at like 5:45 my time. So in March, you'll be 5:45 my time again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And after the intro and saying hello, it's like 6:00. So we should be good on that, on that note. But no, I'm glad you're able to make it, Rob. Did you just did your physical media? You've got
I jumped right from there onto this.
That's why I was like, hey, I sent you a link anyway, because I was like, I know you're running, and I came in and said hi, and I'm like, oh shit, he's been going for about an hour, so I don't know if you'll
yeah.
But you're always welcome. I was like, this is a fun. I like this on Sundays, so we can just talk without, we're not talking the figures exactly. The
although 1/6 kit always drops on Saturdays, drops the new pre-orders during the show, which I always like.
Yeah, when you do your thing, yeah. So you're like, oh man, but no, this is definitely cool, man. I'm sure everybody's seen you, but Rob, subscribe to Rob if you haven't already. I'll put the link. It might even be in the thing, but I'll put it in there anyway. I'm sure they do. But and Mario, it was cool again having you here, and Chris earlier. I know he had to leave. Dangerous Doug, but seeing his perspective is really cool too. And all you guys in the chat, sharing yours and whatnot. And it's a journey, man. It is a journey. So I mean, but you guys have any other final thoughts before we wrap?
Not really.
Okay.
Get everything you want. Fuck space.
So Toys really going to make more figures?
It looks like it. They
I
got these
hope
X-Men.
so.
Maybe
That
there's,
Flash, that Flash is great. That
Dude,
he's got
that
it right
it is.
I gotta
shout out to
have
So-So
that.
Toys. It is so good. It's
So-So Toys rivals Hot Toys. When they hit hard.
It's just the proportions of this figure is fantastic. The head sculpt's amazing. The material of the fabric they use. I mean, it's 100%.
I mean, the mixing and matching, because So-So Toys goes way back with X-Men. How much do we all want a Cyclops from Doomsday?
Yeah, I do.
I want that so bad.
Yeah,
so bad. I mean, to get an Xavier, to get a Magneto. I mean, knowing what Magneto does in Doomsday, I want one so bad.
What does he do in Doomsday?
Oh,
stay tuned.
Yeah, you have to stay tuned.
I mean, stay tuned. So,
Ian McKellen did say on a talk show that he destroyed New Jersey, and he was being funny.
Jeez,
but not really. What you'll see.
You'll see. Rob, I also forget. I put a link before we wrap too, guys. I dropped a link again in the in the chat for Discord if you guys want to ever come hang out with us. You were in there once, Rob. I got to get you back in there because you couldn't figure it out. But there are times there got a lot of people in there, and when you have time, you should jump in.
Oh, I'd love to.
There's a lot of people in the chat, everybody and Bob and others that are in there that would just want to shoot the shit for like a half hour or whatever.
I love that.
That would be really freaking cool, man. Yeah. So I will send you a link again, or you can just click that one. We'll figure it out, and then I can get you set up, and that'd be fun, man. That would be fun. But yeah, guys, next week, I don't know what's going on. I know I'm going to have Caustic Plastic on at some point here, maybe in the next week or two, I think. So stay tuned on that. Saturday night, we'll be back talking more announcements and releases, of course, and kind of go from there. I got work all week too, man. So I got to do a lot of, stay tuned on that for some cool stuff coming, in the Star Trek world. But other than that, guys, I appreciate you guys all tuning in. Hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Hector, you were not here last night. Jay took us out. Now you take us out.
Hey, look, listen, right? No matter how much toys you have, no matter how much space you have, remember, the bigger the heart, the bigger the penis, I guess, right? See you later.